Hi everyone, it's B.Chavez. Welcome back to the Evil Genius Sports Performance Video Blog, Volume 3. Before we begin, I'd really like to take a second to just thank everyone for the really positive responses to the first two. A lot of great emails, a lot of great ideas, a lot of great material for future episodes. So really urge everybody to keep that up, and thank you. No question, no thought is inappropriate. This is all about communication, folks. So really positive on that. As far as today's episode, we're going to continue the theme, and that is defining language. Few of the responses I've got is, in response to this, is people kind of surprised that I'm belaboring language so much. Why I spend so much time talking about the way you talk about things. And that's a show in and of itself, but very quickly, language is everything. We think in language. When we discuss a topic, it's about language. If we don't have precise, specific terms to identify a given point or topic, we can't effectively resolve that topic. It's about specificity of language. Back in college, I had a professor that really annoyed me to a great degree, but one thing they said that stuck with me, and I don't want to say changed my life, but definitely changed the way I thought about them and the way I thought about school, made the point that when you think in language, and therefore the quality of your language is going to limit or expand the quality of your thoughts. If you cannot define a thing, you can't rationally think about a thing. And that's something I've carried forward into my professional career, kind of made the basis of Evil Genius Sports Performance. Hopefully not to the point of overcomplicating things, but definitely to the point to add specificity so that we can communicate meaningfully. It's the power of science. So with that, today's topic is one that kind of makes me cringe because it's a double-edged sword. I want to talk about the language, the word, the concept of form. It's huge, it's important, and it's annoying. You can't walk into a gym without, how's my form? Watch my form. I've got this new form. If I could just perfect my form, my bench would be awesome. And it's annoying because athletes, whether professional, recreational, or anywhere in the middle, are right to be thinking about how they do things. The form, if you will, if you use that word for a moment, is everything. How you bench press is ultimately going to determine how good your bench press is. It's obvious. The problem is it's just not precise enough of a tool. It doesn't relay enough information. If you say, watch my form, I'll watch you do something, but I don't know enough about you. See, you say your form. It's yours. It's not mine. Okay? That may not be the way I bench press, but it may be the way you bench press. It may not be the way you bench press. It may not be the way you should bench press. I don't know. There's not enough information relayed in that word, form. Okay? So with the Evil Genius mindset, with my mindset, we set forth to add some specificity, interject specificity to that term. After doing this for almost 30 years and being the owner of some really bad form, narrowed it down to two terms. We can effectively define this concept of doing an exercise, doing a lift, with two terms. And those two terms are technique and execution. Okay? They are almost exactly what they sound like. There's technique. It's how you intend to do the thing. It's what should be happening. And then there's execution, which is what is happening. Okay? Both are important. Both are equally butchered. I myself have been the butcherer more than a few times. Technique is more the intellectual concept, based on your limb length, your strengths and weaknesses, your predisposition, your injury history, your universe of lifting becomes encapsulated in this is how I should be doing things. You, your training partners, your spotters, your coaches, experts you may have consulted with have defined that, use a bench press as the example, this is how you should lay on the bench. This is where you should grip the bar. This is the bar path that you should follow. This is the way you should initiate the lift. This is the bar path that should be followed. And this is your lockout. That is a technique. That is an intellectual construct that is idealized. That's what should happen. Okay? And it's also, might I mention, malleable. It changes over time. Okay? As your arms get stronger, your shoulders get stronger, or an injury, or this or that, your body weight changes. Your technique might need to change to accommodate, or maybe not even accommodate is the right word, but to exploit those changes. So technique is an idealized yet malleable way in which to do something. Okay. Execution is then how well are you doing that? Okay. This is where coaching comes in. Okay. This is where having good spotters, helpers, training partners, having video, photographs, having a record. Okay. This is what you're intending to do, and this is what you're doing. So now when you say watch my form, I hear watch my technique and watch my execution. I can spot you and say, wow, that technique looks like you're slowing down a good deal at the lockout. Maybe a slightly wider grip would improve your bar speed. That's a critique of your technique. Or, oftentimes as my training partners would say to me is, technique looks pretty good. Execution-wise, you did 5 reps and 3 of them didn't touch in the same spot. Your execution was awful. So now you've got 2 very relevant, very poignant, and precise concepts that were once this form is now 2 very definable and addressable issues. A usable technique and your use of that technique, i.e. execution. So it's almost seems like too much, seems like you're making a bigger deal about something than it needs to be, but yet, trust me, it's not. Form, which is going to go away, we're going to have technique and execution, is everything. If you're talking about lifting weights, if you're talking about swinging a golf club or a baseball bat or a badminton racket, it is all about doing that. It's about the act of doing that. It's about a technique and an execution. Any endeavor in the universe can be broken down into these same things. That is the hallmark of science. It's a concept that can be carried over into almost any endeavor. Okay? Technique, intellectual construct that is changeable over time, and execution, which is your practice, your motor learning, your skill at doing that technique. Makes such an ethereal, uncontrollable thing suddenly brings it into focus, makes it science. Form, no more. Technique and execution. Okay. Most people fail at both. I've been doing this my entire life, and I am as guilty as anyone. You never really have a perfect technique, and you never really have a perfect execution of that technique. But striving to improve both can only make your lifts better, make you stronger, make you safer, make you better. That is the purpose, that is the goal for all of this. Better. Okay. We are smart enough, we are well connected enough, we have enough communication, we can make better athletes. You can be better, I can be better, the entire sport can be better. Let's move toward that, define a few more terms, begin to put them into a larger package of sports performance. Going to leave you for there at this point, let you mill that over, put that in context with some of the other video blogs, but the broistic term of form, no more. The Evil Genius sports performance concept of technique and execution. We're all going to have better lifts in the future. We're going to have better lifts by defining and creating a better technique and practicing them for better execution, making better totals, making stronger athletes, making faster players, sports performance. It's all about science. Science is all about dialogue. Let's take that step, make everybody better. Again, B.Chavez, Evil Genius Sports Performance. Until the next episode, thank you.